In a way, I like to think that science fiction is to humankind what dreaming is for the individual human. Humans, if we're going to talk about predicting things in the human domain, difficult as it is, if you don't take advantage of the humans themselves to help you with the process, then you are really, really in trouble. And that the most successful methods that we will have are going to be protocols that somehow use groups of humans with different types of knowledge and different attitudes and different motives in order to have them participate in the protocol and help you devise ways of talking about the future. Whichever of these human-based methods that you use or participate in, I think it's important to, at the outset, be kind of aware of the frailties of this most powerful tool that you're using, namely humans. I think that scenario builders should work hard to make their visions as plausible as possible and realize that scenarios are not predictions and that there's a lot of different ones that should be considered if you want to have some sort of robustness in thinking about the future. The last thing on my list here and the last thing for my talk is the notion of scenario presaging symptoms. Make a symptom list of what would you expect to see happen in the time from now to the time that the particular scenario you're talking about has come to pass. What are those symptoms? Those are things for people to watch for. I think that the symptoms list is something that suggests a post-project methodology. And that is, you do your methodology stuff, however you're doing it. You do it, you have your deliverables out there, and then after everybody goes away, you have people who have read the scenarios. And they're looking around, and if the scenarios were engaging enough, they sort of stick in their mind, even if they don't believe them at all. And they've read the symptoms list. And so as time goes on and they're looking at the headlines and the things that are happening in the real world, they may occasionally say things, isn't that a little bit like that story, that science fiction story, or isn't that a little bit like that scenario symptom list item that I saw for that crazy, crazy scenario a couple years ago? There may even be ways that if you have a bunch of scenarios that have coordinated symptoms lists, that you may be able to see how there are certain symptoms that apply to more than one scenario, but that they have the same defensive move. And so in a way, you can kill two birds with one stone. You stay adapted to do two different, perhaps quite different, future scenarios by making one strategy move. So there's really a lot of things that can go on to dealing with a really good set of scenarios that have come out of any sort of exercise like that.